definitely one of the top tier types of candy out there, considering that there's like in that category you have like Jolly Ranchers. I know that there's this one brand that I used to get all the time, and I think I had it written down because I had forgotten the name of it. It's Clay's Old Fashioned Hard Candy. It's definitely one of my favorites. They got flavors like root beer, sour apple, watermelon, a ton out there, and like you've definitely seen the packaging before. It's a pretty popular brand.
Ooh, yeah, sounds super cool stuff.
Oh yeah,
super tasty.
It's just those old fashioned hard candies that are really good. It's like these packs.
I don't know the packages, but I think okay.
Yeah, like these guys.
Okay, yeah, I don't know the packaging. No, you're not going to get me by the packaging. You're only going to get me by the candy. That's the only way you'll be able to have me actually know what this is. Yes, I 100% know what they are because they looked like warheads, but they weren't warheads.
Yeah, but they were like better. Like
100%. Warheads were hard to eat. We do have our winners there. We'll be going over our Musco wins in just a second. But as you guys are getting rolled, just 2 minutes and 16 seconds, we got that minor prize clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less.
Oh yeah, definitely a lot of fun. But yeah, make sure you guys are out there celebrating Hard Candy Day. And do you have another one that you'd like to highlight at all?
Ooh, hard candy that I would like to highlight. See, this is when it gets. I don't know what I want to do for what I would say is the good hard candy.
What about I mentioned Jolly Ranchers.
Okay, I'm going to go with something a little different, and people can argue whether they're, because they're not candy technically, but I like to think of them as candy because I'd probably my most eaten what would be hard candy if you consider this hard candy, and that's mint Lifesavers.
Lifesavers I will give as a hard candy.
As a hard candy, even the mint kind that are obviously mints. They're mints.
They're like a breath mint, but Lifesavers are so good.
Yeah, I can just eat them. Like, I can just keep on going.
But the fruit pack of Lifesavers.
Oh, 100% candy.
That's a definite candy. Not only is it candy, it is one of the best out there.
Oh, for sure.
Because you have to think about, like, just, like, with, like, candy, like gum. It's much better. Hard candy is so much better than gum in the aspect that, like, yes, you can't, like, chew on it. So, if, like, you have, like, ADHD and you want to, like, chew on something, it's not the best. But if you just want flavor, they will last forever.
I tell you what, my favorite. This is a secret technique for you guys. This is you get gum. You chew a big thing of gum. You throw some hard candy in there. You surround your hard candy with the gum. You then crunch that gum down, and you get little flavor specks within your gum. So while you're chewing your gum, you get more flavor.
You're a monster.
It's so good.
I don't want to.
Have you not like eaten those and they got the little specks in them that have flavor and everything like that?
Yeah,
it's like the same exact thing. You're just now doing it with a candy instead.
It just doesn't seem right.
I know it doesn't seem right, but it is right.
It is like having like 5 gum and then like these like strawberry hard candies.
That's not what I'm talking. I'm not talking about a mint gum. Putting it over top of like I'm talking about you get it. It just. I know mint works for it well as well because a strawberry mint is good. Like that's a tasty flavor. So I'm saying go for it.
You're a monster.
You think that's gross?
Yeah, that's definitely
strawberry mint is gross.
Yeah. For someone who won't even like let their food touch on their plate, that's a little ridiculous. Like gum and candy don't go together.
You don't need to get personal, okay?
I was just saying, like for someone who knows the combinations.
I know. Definitely. Gosh, yeah. No, I think it's the right thing to do. Ben, check in. Let me know.
If Ben checks in,
I don't even know if he can hear what I'm talking about right now.
He can definitely hear us. But I know for a fact that if Ben says that it's right, then it's the whole Ruggles family.
I didn't know if Ben would say if it was right or not. I kind of figured that he would say it wasn't, but
Yeah, for the sake of disagreeing.
Yeah, I was hoping. I had hope that he would, because there's random things that me and my siblings, we never communicated about, and we all did it. Like,
yeah, there's so many.
Like, I just found out that, like, I like to unroll my sock down to, like, my toe area and just have it, like, around my toes instead of, like, all the way up my foot. And that's only when I'm, like, relaxing around the house and my
if you're
toes,
just, like, hanging around.
and my toes are super cold, and so then I can keep my toes warm without, like, having a full sock on kind of thing.
Yeah.
And everyone I've ever met has made fun of me for it. Like, everyone who's ever seen it has been like, that's so weird. Why do you do that? I'm like, it's comfy, okay? And I've just lived with it. And I've just lived with the shame of that, of that I do this. And then I walked into my sister's apartment just a few months ago, and I looked down at her feet, and it was the same exact setup. I was like, yes, I am not alone.
You guys must have seen your dad doing it as kids or something.
I have no idea why we both do it. We do have winners over at Wildwood Tavern, taking home a nice Musco prize of $13.60. Good job, winners.
Oh, yeah, definitely a great prize there. Definitely some awesome stuff. But happy Hard Candy Day. Make sure you guys are out there celebrating.
Yeah, I feel like I'm exposing a little too much about myself on this broadcast.
That's all right.
We need to talk a little bit of Twins news, as the Twins agreed to a deal with one outfielder Friday and may ship another one out in a trade. According to John Heyman of the New York Post, there's a lot of trade interest in Max Kepler. After the Twins signed Joey Gallo, Heyman previously reported Minnesota agreed to a one-year, $11 million deal with veteran Gallo. Minnesota is certainly taking a chance with the addition of Gallo, as he played really, really good in 2021. I mean, was a Golden Glove winner, I'm pretty sure, in 2021. But in 2022, looked like a shell of what his former self was. And so we need to... Okay, I'm glad that Ben's changing his tone. But definitely some awesome stuff there. I think it would be interesting to see. Obviously, we don't want to let go of a good talent like Max Kepler. He's a very, very good player. But if we can find a place more in need for our Minnesota Twins, it'd be a huge add if we could move him and pick up someone else. But obviously, like I said, we love Max Kepler in the Twins uniform. So it's definitely stuff that's going to have to be talked and like really thought through before they make that trade.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Especially if it's like us looking for a shortstop in any way, because that's definitely the position we're looking at the most.
Oh, yeah, shortstop and pitcher. Those are the two places that we're trying to find solutions in. I mean, one's due to Correa leaving.
I played both in middle school, so.
You ready? You ready to get called up from your good old middle school days?
You know, I've been working. I think my bat speed's a little higher.
You just got back into working out again, so I feel like you're ready to go. You're that.
Yeah, definitely.
That chest and shoulder day has gotten you primed for the MLB.
Yeah,
you got yourself ready for the season. That's funny stuff. How fast do you think you could throw a fastball right now?
Oh, no idea actually.
Do you think you could get into the 70s?
I bet.
You think you can get into the 70s?
Yeah.
I feel like
maybe if I treat it more like a trebuchet and I put my weight behind it.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying any kind of accuracy behind it. I'm saying your fastest fastball.
Oh yeah, that probably.
You could get up to 70s. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know what I could get up to. I
want to try.
I was never one for testing out how fast I could pitch. So
neither was I. I always wanted to though. Like, at least once, but I was never like anywhere where it was like possible.
Yeah, I didn't have a cannon. I didn't have like an arm until like later on in my life too. So like when I was a kid, like I couldn't throw very hard at all. So I was never impressed with it. So then once I got older and I could actually throw fast and everything like that, I never really tested it because I just never got into the habit of it.
Oh yeah.
But play a great E-Tab game. Twins win. We love a little baseball here at Pilot Games, and you guys can check out that home run derby bonus round in that great E-Tab game. If you pick the right batter, you'll be taking home some Grand Slam prizes.
Oh, yeah, definitely a lot of fun. We love all of our ETAB games, especially the ones we have partnered with those awesome Minnesota teams.
Oh, yeah. But speaking of partnerships with Minnesota teams, we have played Twins Bingo during the lunchtime. We played a little Vikings Bingo during the lunchtime. We just recently switched over to Game Day Bingo during this lunchtime. But while we were playing Vikings and Twins Bingo, we were adding points to our lunchtime bingo standings called the Twiking Zone. And we have a solidified top 10 right now.
Oh, yeah, kicking us off on the player side of things in 10th, we got Red over at American Legion Fridley with 113,000 points. With 122,000 points in 9th, it's Caribou over at Cooper's Restaurant. In 8th place, we got T-Bone over at Poppers with 142,000 points. In 7th place, also over at Poppers, it's Tez with 148,000 points. With 164,000 points in 6th, we have Kirby over at VFW Blaine. 5th is Sinbob over at Corky's Bar South Haven with 223,000 points. With 236,000 points in 4th, we have Loser Dave over at VFW Spring Lake Park. 3rd place, we got Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven with 266,000 points. In 2nd place, we got Scrub Eye over at VFW Blaine with 298,000 points. And in 1st place, with a commanding lead, ending things off, we got Mikey Wins over at Maple Tavern with 391,000 points. Great stuff to everyone in the top 10 of those Twiking Zone standings. But we do have a winner with Chili H2O over at Frigard's Bar, taking home that Musco of $18.80. Good job to you, Chili H2O, with that minor jackpot climbing up monetary amount, as well as clicking up to 58 balls or less to take home for this next game.
Yeah, we will. It should be a lot of fun getting into this next one, as that minor prize is definitely in line to be able to be taken home today. We do have some location standings to get into. And in 10th place, we got Lakefront Bar in the center with 170,000 points. With 184,000 points in 8th place, we actually have a two-way tie between Steve O's and Crystal and Halfley's Bar in Richmond. A great season-ending tie. 7th place, we got Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 209,000 points. With 318,000 points in 6th place, we got Our Place on 3rd and Faribault. 5th place is VFW Blaine with 351,000 points. And with 467,000 points in 4th place, we got Poppers in Virginia. 3rd place is Corky's Bar South Haven with 492,000 points. And with 589,000 points in 2nd place, we got American Legion Fridley. As that number 1 location, it's VFW Spring Lake Park, back-to-back champions, this time taking home 698,000 points in Season 12.
Oh, yeah, good job to all of our locations and the players out there supporting them in those Twiking Zone standings. But if you guys feel the need to switch things up from our live bingo, which I don't know why you guys feel the need to, we do have over 70 different charitable ETAB games you guys can play at any time to win huge prizes up to $1,500. All these games have small bets between 50 cents and $5, as well as awesome bonus and free play rounds that you guys can check out. Definitely a ton of fun. We're listening to a little bit of Diesel Freaks right now. It's one of our favorite ETABs. It's got, like, you know, a real great mix of, like, the characters kind of looks like the Mighty Beans, Garbage Pail Kids, and maybe even a little bit of the Muppets in there.
A little bit of the Muppets, a little bit of Roadrunner action, maybe.
Yeah.
Lots of greatness there. So make sure you guys are checking it out and taking home those nice prizes, as you can find a bunch of different themes there. So definitely check them out. We do have a little music history on today, as you guys are getting enrolled into a game number 9 of Game Day Bingo. And the first one in music history in 1997, Titanic opens in theaters. It becomes the top grossing movie of all time with a soundtrack that sells about 15 million copies. Thanks mostly to Celine Dion's hit, My Heart Will Go On.
Oh yeah, and it will not go on. It will not. She was very stuck on Jack.
Yeah, yeah. She was. But great movie. Great soundtrack. Is one of those great ones. That's James Gunn, one of his first big hits, wasn't it?
James Cameron.
That's what's different, James.
Yeah.
But
gave him the funds to then go and do Avatar.
Yes, and Avatar, the first one, absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
But this new one,
I heard, is great.
Yeah, you've heard it's great. Well, it didn't hit at all projected what they were hoping for in opening weekend.
Well, yeah, what they were hoping for was
$2 billion.
Yeah, they were hoping to be the biggest box office hit of all time, basically.
Yeah,
because they needed to break even.
Yeah, $2 billion was what they were saying. It only got like $400 million on opening weekend. But it's awesome. It was. I've heard
I'm
lots
gonna
of
go
good
and
things
watch
about it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go watch it. Well, they had to develop new capture technology for the movie for all
Yeah.
the underwater scenes in it.
And they had to
of-
make new technology for the first movie.
Yeah,
It
and
took them 15 years to make that first Avatar.
as well as Kate Winslet broke the record in that movie for longest having to hold your breath underwater scene in cinematic history, breaking Tom Cruise's record in one of the Mission Impossible movies, as she held
Wow.
it for 7 minutes.
No way.
7 minutes. Kate Winslet.
She trained how to hold her breath for 7 minutes.
7 minutes. Apparently, that's how long she was able to hold her.
No,
all
honestly,
for that movie. I mean,
just
craziness.
for those two things, the movie kind of deserves to break box office records, just because like it's gonna be a cinematic like masterpiece just based on like visuals alone.
Yeah, I mean that's what that's what they got to bank on, because last Avatar, that was kind of the only reason why it was huge, was
People went to go see what it looked like.
the cinematic quality. I didn't really care for the storyline, all that craziness.
No. Let's be honest. The storyline, it's been done.
It was cool, but it wasn't like anything like crazy.
Yeah.
And maybe this one has a crazier storyline, but
Yeah.
it's definitely got those same just like groundbreaking technologies
yeah.
and visuals in it. Definitely some cool stuff. Continuing on with our music day in history, though, in 1980, before I get into that 1980 great day in history, we do have some winners.
Oh, yeah, we got Buttercup over at Broadway Bar and Player over at Carboni's Pizza Rochester. They're going to be splitting up that Musco of $22. Good job to both those winners as we start getting ready for game number 10. Definitely some awesome stuff.
Yeah, definitely some fun stuff there. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled, press and play. That minor prize clicking up from 58 to 60 balls or less. And I'll be guessing that'll get over $100 as you guys are getting enrolled.
Oh,
there it
yeah.
is, $111 already available in this one, as well as those other prizes still growing into this game. But in 1980, on Today in Music History, 9 to 5, starring Dolly Parton and featuring the classic theme song by the singer, where she uses her fingernails as instruments, opens in theaters. Parton is her first acting role, starring alongside Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda as disgruntled secretaries who get even with their sexist boss.
Oh, yeah, definitely a classic. Gotta love Dolly Parton.
Yeah, I love Dolly Parton. And then also Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda are absolutely great as well. One of the coolest song music, like instruments of all time, you got to give it to, is that she was able to create a song just by clicking her nails together.
Oh, yeah. And then there's that, and then there was one of Steven Tyler, who they didn't have shakers or something on set, and so he literally just like turned the mic up as like sensitive as it could go and used a salt packet right next to the mic for one song.
That's so fun. Yeah, that's another really cool way of just like, people.
It's always funny, people being so creative with music.
And the thing is that's like the main beat of the entire song. Like it's not even just like some side like salt packet, you get those are probably in the song and you can hear them clearly.
Well, I think
but that's
for
not
Sympathy for the Devil, where it like goes through like the whole time like the.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd have to listen to it and hear it.
But still, main part of the song is like the fingernails. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's one of the cooler songs out there. And 9 to 5, the show or movie, I'm not 100% sure on if this was a show. No, this looks like it was a movie that came out. Really, really cool stuff.
Oh, yeah, definitely a ton of fun. Congratulations to Titanic, doing some crazy stuff. And congratulations to you, Dolly Parton, one of the greatest musicians out there.
Yeah, this day is definitely more for Jordy, who's going to be on our happy hour broadcast.
Yeah, she's going to have a blast
as
on the Dolly Parton section.
She loves Dolly Parton. She even more loves Jane Fonda, and the one person that probably can compete with her love for Jane Fonda is Lily Tomlin. So it's definitely some fun stuff there in that music day in history. We do just have 3 seconds to get enrolled in this game, but we have a little update from Ben as he actually went to go see the new Avatar, Avatar: Way of the Water, I'm pretty sure is what it's called, and he said it is a very good movie.
Yeah, he said it was good. Yeah, and definitely one I wanted to check out. I saw the first one, I don't know about opening day or anything, but I saw it the first week it was out, and I was blown away. Especially considering that Transformers came out that same year.
Yeah.
Also great with CGI.
Oh, absolutely insane with CGI for different reasons, but absolutely insane nonetheless. Definitely some cool stuff there. Yeah, Ben said the visuals are spectacular.
Pristine.
Boom. Chef's kiss. We do have 24 balls dropped on this one, and we got some PGL nights coming up. The next two nights. Tuesday night we got MegaSota game night. Wednesday night we have Wild Wednesday. And if you want to be one of those players earning points on those nights, you got to be signed up at PGL.world and become a member of our league. They not only compete for points, but also have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a bunch of great information in it. So get signed up today, and you'll get onto our new member spotlight.
Oh, yeah, those members that just got signed up are Bingo Queen, Arar, V-Rat, Jirdes 920, McKeck, Mousinski, Nick Mousinski, Jersey Girl, Ethical Sin, Teal, Rope SA 124, Endless, TJ Sass 82. Congratulations to all those players getting signed up at the PGL, and hopefully we can see you guys get on those elusive PGL standings coming up on this next season.
Oh, for sure. And since you guys are signed up, definitely download the Player Connect app, because you can use that exact same sign up to log into the Player Connect app. Once you do so, you can earn some PGL points by clicking on the sports link at the bottom of that app. As soon as you click that, you'll see a grid of a bunch of squares that you can pick out. Choose 5 squares for the Vikings versus Giants game Saturday, December 24th. If you fill in those squares before that game, you'll be randomly shuffled around and awarded points, or hopefully awarded points if you land on the right number for that first period, second quarter, third quarter, or fourth quarter. Pay for free in the Player Connect app and earn PGL points for Season 12 if you win.
Oh, yeah, but we got player over at Carboni's Pizza Rochester taking home that $138 minor jackpot. Good job to you, player. Definitely some awesome stuff, meaning that you guys are definitely going to be have to go after this awesome must-go for this game number 11, or for these awesome major, definitely some awesome stuff, or, you know, why not go after that mega if you can?
Oh, yeah, but we were talking about some specialty night action, as Wild Wednesday is one of those nights, and we got a little Wild news to check in with, as they're doing amazing. They're now 18, 11, and 2 on the season,
streak.
And are doing fantastic stuff.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of fantastic stuff, Kirill Kaprizov came to the rink dressed like an elf at the request of teammate Ryan Reeves with a fuzzy green and red hat stayed on his head for the Christmas-themed warm-ups. Minnesota's star forward kept the fun going all game and with his one-of-a-kind skills. Kaprizov had a goal and 2 assists for the Wild, who held on to beat the Ottawa Senators 4-2 on Sunday afternoon for their 5th straight win. Definitely some awesome stuff. Glad to see those Wild out there on a great win streak. And if you guys want to see that win streak continue, they're going to be playing this Wednesday at 10 o'clock for you guys, facing off against those Anaheim Ducks. Definitely a great time right after the tail end of that Wild Wednesday.
Yeah, it should be an absolute blast leading us right into that game against the Anaheim Ducks and us. Will be a blast, especially with us in a 5-game win streak right now. Looking really, really good. Playing some of our best hockey of the entire season. Definitely some really, really cool stuff there.
Glad to see us kind of get a little ramped up after we had a 4-game losing streak at the start of the season.
Oh, yeah, and that winning streak has actually boosted us all the way up to the 3rd place in the Central Division of the Western Conference.
Yeah, just behind those Winnipeg Jets and with those Dallas Stars shortly ahead of those Jets. Definitely some crazy stuff, but glad to see the Avalanche behind us. I love to see it.
Huge for us. We obviously are right in the thick of it, as we could definitely make a push now to get into that first place spot, as the first place spot has 18 wins. Now only 8 losses though, with 6 overtime losses. So, but looks well for us, as we're at 18 wins as well. We keep on winning, and hopefully the Stars or the Jets can just keep on losing, and we'll move up in those standings.
Oh yeah, we do have the largest streak of our conference, so definitely some great stuff.
Yeah, we may have the largest. We are tied for the longest streak. No, it looks like the Rangers have the longest streak right now with a 7-game win streak. Hurricanes, as well as the Lightning, are tied with us for longest streak, and I guess the Red Wings are tied with us for longest streak as well.
Oh yeah,
as they're on a 5-game losing streak.
Yes, they are. Aw, man, I got a friend who's been sharing a bunch of Red Wing stuff for the whole year, and I was like, I saw that. I was like,
yeah,
poor guy.
The Red Wings they looked decent in the beginning of the year. I guess I haven't heard much about this 5-game skid that they've had. So
I think it'll be a while until they're back to how they were
when they
a
were
long
just
time
yeah.
ago.
I remember when
Just
I was
winning Stanley
yeah when I
Cups.
was a kid. I remember visiting up at Michigan because I have a bunch of family up in Michigan. And I was living all over the states, and I would come up, and my mom would be like, "Yeah, the Red Wings are amazing. Like they never miss the playoffs and everything like that."
And it was so great for a Michigan team.
Yes, like it was
it
was so unheard of for Michigan, and it totally made sense for Michigan that hockey was like their one sport that they actually consistently were good at. And then that went. As soon as I basically it was probably like 4 years before I moved up. They started losing, and I was like, well, they'll turn it around. Like they'll end up being good again. And then as a kid, I just watched them just lose.
Yeah, it's just always been like that.
Yeah. So now I'm happy to be a Wild fan. It's got me a lot more into hockey for sure. And you guys can get a little Wild themed eTab game action by playing the great eTab game Let's Go Wild. You guys can play wherever you're playing those Pilot Games at.
Oh yeah, definitely a ton of fun. Make sure you guys are checking out that Slap Shot bonus round. But if you guys happen to be find yourself out there taking home some awesome jackpots, or just playing Pilot Games in general, make sure you guys are sharing those pictures with us. We love to see pictures of your guys' faces winning jackpots, or even just playing with your friends, or even your favorite bartender. No matter what you guys are taking pictures of, you guys can send them to us at your at jackpots@pilotgames.com. You guys can share them on Facebook or on any of your social media with the hashtag PilotGames, and we'll be able to scoop it up from there.
Yeah, it's always some really, really cool stuff whenever we're able to get a lot of those player pictures. And recently, you guys have been great about sending in those player pictures, which is absolutely awesome. A little bit of Vikings news. Well, before we do that, we do have a bingo boys over at Main Street Pub in Kimball taking home $47.70 on that Musco prize. Good job, bingo boys, as we are now going to be getting rolled into the final game of Game Day Bingo that me and Will be here for. We do have that minor prize clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less, so this should be a lot of fun. So get enrolled, press play as we talk about our Vikings, with the Minnesota Vikings gathering in their humbled locker room at halftime in a huge hole. Cornerback Patrick Peterson set the tone for an historic escape by promising his offensive teammates the defense would do its part to hold the Indianapolis Colts. You just need 5 touchdowns, Peterson told them. That's nothing. This rally sure was something, though. The Vikings completed the biggest comeback in NFL history, erasing a 33-point deficit by beating the Colts 39-36 on Greg Joseph's 40-yard field goal with 3 seconds left in overtime Saturday to win the NFC North Division in their typical dramatic fashion. Kirk Cousins passed for 460 yards and 4 touchdowns to lead the Vikings to 11-3, his second game throwing for over 400 yards. They trailed 36-7 late in the third quarter and became just the third team in league history to win 10 games in a single season by 8 points or fewer. We are going to grind it out until they tell us there are no more ball left to play, Coach Kevin O'Connell said, and man, did they really show it this weekend.
Oh, man, definitely the epitome of like the comeback.
This season, that is the epitome of this season so far. It's just like we are constantly, we make mistakes. We have, we have these moments where we're just like, we keep on getting pushed back. We're like, what is happening right now with this Vikings team? But this Vikings team never gives up on themselves, which makes me never want to give up on them as well. If you guys were here during game day, you heard me talking about it. Even though we were down 33 points, I was like, hey, we could still come back from this. And that's the faith that I've been gotten because of just watching these Minnesota Vikings go each and every week
because
at their team.
Just like every week it just seems like it's going to be tough, but they can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Every time it's like I know they can. We just got to see them, dig deep each time. And it just on those losses, it just kind of seems like that we have had. It just kind of seemed like, digging deep just,
Yeah, and it really was. I don't even blame our defense for putting those 33 points given up on us. As you saw, there was a punt return for a touchdown. There was a pick six for a touchdown. There was 2 4th downs that weren't completed during that first half.
On top of that as well.
Yeah, it was just a really, really rough first half for them, especially on the offensive and on the special team side of ball, where the defense just got put in really, really rough situations. I don't think we give up 33 points if it wasn't for the poor play by by our special teams and offense, which is usually the strong suit of our team. And so it's something that can definitely be fixed, and I'm hoping that we can get that fixed by the time we take on another pretty decent team, the Giants, this Saturday at 12 o'clock, another Saturday night game, Saturday day game.
Yeah, definitely a ton of fun. And as you guys know, we have teamed up with those Minnesota Vikings for the E-Tab game Vikings victory. You guys can pick a letter in that skull bonus to try and win some of those big prizes. Definitely a ton of fun. We love all those Vikings E-Tab games.
Yeah, we definitely do. Celebrity birthday, born on today. One of my favorite defensive players of all time was born on today, 1961. I know a lot of Vikings fans probably hates this guy, Reggie White, an American NFL defensive end for the Green Bay Packers. He won Super Bowl 31 and is just one of the most dominant defensive tackles I have ever seen play the game. Probably the greatest defensive tackle I've ever seen play.
Oh, yeah. Next up, we have actually big-time Vikings player. We got born in 1964, Randall McDaniel, American NFL football guard, played from 1988 to 2001, two-time Pro Bowl, and played for the Minnesota Vikings as well as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ooh, love a good Viking birthday. Warren Sapp was also born on today, you know, keeping with the NFL theme. He's an American NFL Hall of Fame defensive tackle from 1995 through 2007, seven-time Pro Bowler, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Oakland Raiders. Definitely some cool stuff. Anthony Edwards looking like MJ last night. He scored a season-high 37 points and 11 assists as they beat the Chicago Bulls, scoring 150 points in that game, beating them 150-126 on Sunday night. Awesome stuff there.
Oh, yeah, but we do got Bingo Boys over at Main Street Pub taking home this final prize, taking home $7.50 on that must-go prize. Good job to you, Bingo Boys. Definitely a ton of fun. But as you guys are going to be getting enrolled into this first game of Lucky 4 Bingo, we got a player spotlight for you guys. We're currently spotlighting Abello, who is playing over at Mama G's, when they took home a jackpot of $6,718. And everyone who plays over at Mama G's supports the awesome charity, the Hanover Athletic Association. It's a nonprofit organization supporting youth recreational activities in Hanover, Minnesota, and surrounding communities.
Definitely some awesome stuff, and is one of the main reasons why we say at the end of every broadcast, when you play Pilot games, your community wins. We'll see you guys.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
Saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching.
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days! Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
Saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days! Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts. Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Wow.